Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching 13 Reasons Why. This episode 11 of season 3. Hopefully you guys are excited for today's episode. Never enjoyed the first 10. So Olivia is back in the fold. Did she kill Bryce? Is it Clay? Is it Anna? Is it Montgomery? Is it Zach, Alex, Tyler, Justin, or Jess? Who knows? It's got to be one of them, and I can't wait to see who it actually is, because I'm enjoying the backstory of Bryce this season, his character progression, obviously his remorse. You know, we've got to throw Tony into the mix as well. He possibly could have killed Bryce. We did get the reveal that it was Bryce's dad that leaked information to the authorities about Tony's family, which then led to them being deported. That's why, obviously, Tony thinks that Bryce come round and bought his car. He was trying to make up for the bad things that his family done. Bryce didn't know anything about it. When he did find the information, he did come and he did tell Tony. He offered to give him his car back as well. Tony said no, he don't want his pettiness, do you know what I mean? He doesn't want him to feel sorry for him. He just wants his family back, and he blames Bryce. You know, if Bryce didn't do the action on Hannah, none of this would have actually happened. He wouldn't have been in court. They wouldn't have found the information. They wouldn't have sent his family away. I totally get where he's coming from. I kind of blame the situation on his dad for obviously leaking that about his family. But mate, it wouldn't have been happening if it wasn't for Bryce. So what he did say did make total sense. Now the police are obviously still hardcore looking into Clay. They think that Olivia's now involved. They said that they've seen that she's made contact to Clay around the whole coming time and when Bryce went missing. She denied speaking to him at all, but she did leave a voicemail 1 minute and 40 odd seconds long. Clay has got that voicemail, he's listened to it. She was sat at Hannah's grave drunk while the whole coming match was going on, and she was saying, why is Bryce there getting like a hero's welcome, everybody celebrating, everybody having a good time, and I'm here sad, depressed, sat at my daughter's grave, which she's never going to come back from. Then obviously we heard her say that she just wants to get a gun and she just wants to kill him, and he's dead a few days later. But we have also seen Justin say that she wants to kill him. I don't know if Jessica said that, but Clay has definitely said it as well, and we've seen Clay say it in this episode because he was going to invite Anna to the homecoming dance, but Bryce turned up in his car. Now he started having a bit of not a little bit of banter, but he was taking the piss out of Clay a little bit here and there. Clay got kind of mad, didn't he? He was like, leave Arnie alone, pushed his car door shut, then threw his flowers against the car and said, you ever touch her, I'll kill you, and then he drove off. That's where his mum heard it. That's where she's told the police. That's why he's a prime suspect. They've come, they've got a warrant, they've gone into his house, they're searching it, they took his phone, and now they're going to have this voicemail. So I'm excited to see what else they find in the house today. So thanks for checking out today's video. If you do enjoy it, please smash the like, it really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
At this point, you may think you've put the pieces together.
They took both our laptop, his backpack,
and my phone.
And what, if anything, will they find on your phone?
A text saying I want to kill him. I deleted them.
I will talk to Dennis this morning, and we will all sit down with him after school.
Did he say something to you on the field that night?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. I've never even thought about that.
Clay wasn't the only one without good answers.
And when the cops asked you where I was the night Bryce was killed, you were here, asleep next to me.
Everyone had something to hide.
Is there evidence?
Buddy.
Sorry.
It's okay. Clay's a good friend. Of course you're worried.
Remind me again what you did after the game, after your mom brought you home?
Yeah, I was hanging out with Jessica.
It was a short call. He mostly wanted me to verify where you were homecoming night. From what I understand, they're just trying to put together Clay's whereabouts that night after the game.
The cops called again.
About what?
Same thing as before.
What'd you tell him?
Same thing as before. Is it the truth?
Yes. Yes, of course. The Charlies.
And the whole life you've built out of lies starts to come crashing down around you.
Well, this the night of the homecoming game. The night of that vulgar display on the field. Now I know you were there, fully participating. A mother knows. When her daughter has opened her life to a man, a mother knows that by having relations with him, you were endangering our livelihood in this household. By lying to the police, you are endangering our presence in this country.
You know, I will go back to what I said last episode, though. Disappointing with her mum that she doesn't let her go to, like, social occasions and events. That annoys me. It does. You know, I ain't gonna beat around no bush. She should be allowed to do whatever she wants around the school environment and take part with friends, whether it's Bryce, you know, her employer's son. Doesn't matter, mate. The guy's a kid her age. They should be allowed to be friendly. Now, obviously, sleeping with him, it does jeopardize the, you know, their jobs in that household. I totally get where she's coming from, so I'm not going to bash her on that one. And lying to the police, definitely does jeopardize, you know, their status in the country. Trying to, right, from the UK to move to the US is absolutely solid. I don't know how easy it is to move to the UK. I've never tried. I was born here. But I know that moving to the US, it is literally solid, mate. You have to get a sponsorship, or you have to go through literally jumps through hoops to get the full-on permanent resident. You can go there for like 6-month visa, but why would you? If you've got an established job and you're working here, moving over there, it wouldn't make no sense to down tools and go for a short period of time hoping that you get fully accepted. So like her, she was there, she wants it all to go plain sailing, and now it's getting jeopardized. But in terms of that t-shirt, maybe that's the one she was washing in the sink. In terms of, you know, what she was saying to her, I really do like it. She said that, how do you know Bryce won't say out? Well, Bryce is not a liar. I don't actually agree with that. I feel like he'd just lie out his ass if he has to. And she called you a liar. I love it as well, because you kind of are in quite a lot of situations.
How is everybody today?
Fine, thank you.
And I'm sorry. I think I had a little too much to drink.
Aren't you running a bit late?
You must hold it up to the chat there.
Right, yeah, she's finally got it up and running. I didn't realize you were gonna have kids here, too.
Yes, it's very good for children.
Sounds like something I could have used when I was their age.
I didn't know all this back then.
Oh, no, I didn't mean... It just seems nice, is all. Crazy hope that maybe I could transfer back to Liberty for spring semester. I really want to play baseball with those guys one last time. Anyway, I should probably get going. But congratulations on the opening, Mom. I mean, the place is beautiful.
It's mad how he thinks that he'd get less stick at Liberty than Hillcrest. He must be getting proper terrorised there.
You said if Bryce knew about what Monty did to me, it might give them reason to go after Monty instead.
I know what I said, but don't worry about that, okay? If you want to talk to someone else, I feel like Jessica might understand.
Clay's thinking that he's going down, isn't he? He's already, like, trying to accept it.
You don't think the cops are going to talk to us again, do you?
It seems like they're making a big deal about where people were after the game.
So let them. We're cool, right?
After what happened at homecoming, you promised you'd tone it down.
I don't remember making that promise. Everything I have done has been in the best interest of the student body.
Tell me, Miss Davis, these stunts you pulled, you think they worked? Make the apology, move on. Now is not the time in this town to be the nail sticking out of the board.
When I was elected president on the promise of ending boys' sports at Liberty, canceling the game will send a message about Bryce Walker.
What if I told you I received a phone call from his mother this morning inquiring about re-enrolling him?
You're letting him come back?
We've only just received the request, but
he raped me.
take every measure to ensure your safety.
Right, I'm sorry. Like, I'm fully behind Jesse's cause in going after, you know, like, people that attack people, trying to prevent it, doing everything they can, making everybody aware, doing seminars, putting posters up, doing protests, not at funerals, but do you know what I'm saying? But cancelling boys' sports, I just not on it. Like, and not because it's boys' sports. Like, if it was a female that attacked a male and the male was trying to cancel the female sports, it's just like, I'm just not, like, I just don't think that does anything. Like, literally, you can't like, well, punish a whole gender, for example, because one of the gender people done something bad to you. So, for example, if it was a female that attacked the male and the male wanted to cancel all female activities, then it's not fair. It's not fair, and everybody else that's normal and enjoying them and needs a scholarship, and you know what I'm saying? Like, and he's doing it for the beneficial of their life. You can't cancel all of that because one person, and just the same vice versa. The man in this occasion attacked her and she can't cancel the men's sports. But also, I agree with the principal where he was saying that, yeah, okay, you had a third or whatever's of the student body signing it. How many's on the student body? Let's just say 1,000 people, yeah? That's a lot of people. But I guarantee the people watching, there's 5,000 people watching that want that game to happen. So regardless of how many signatures she's got for the cancel, there's going to be way more people that wanting it to happen. Do you know what I mean? Where's their signature? Like, if you doing a fair thing, then you'd have to run 2 votes. Should we cancel it? Should we not? And then it would have to be like a politician. You run. Do you want person A or person B? You get all the votes and then you get the comparison and one winner. You can't just have a whole list of people saying cancel it and then just say, oh, you got a lot of people there, let's cancel it. Do you know what I'm saying? It has to be like, should we play, should we not? Full list, right, we got the majority vote, this is the one we choose. So I understand why he's not cancelling it. I understand why he's not cancelling boy sports. Nothing to do with like it being genderfied, that I want like the boys, blah, blah. I just think that in general, you can't sacrifice the whole mass of the thing because one of the people done something bad to you. So I would do that if it was any of them.
We need to show everyone that we are done being silent victims. That they're going to face our anger whether they want to or not.
I like how he's just sat in the back. Look at him buzzing.
Come watch me play the homecoming game?
Why do you always want to talk?
Hey, seriously, Jess. It would mean a lot to me if you were there.
I'll be at the game, not really coming to watch. Exactly.
What, like you guys are gonna bomb the game or something? You guys aren't gonna bomb the game, are you?
No.
Door locked. Why are we even in here?
I'm starting to feel like he's right. It's a bad time for me to start drawing attention to myself. I told Ani that you and I were together after homecoming. If they start looking at me, if they start asking questions, it could be really bad for you.
Probably trying to protect you, right?
But now she's totally changed her story. I mean, she's saying she was in bed, but I have like 5 missed calls from her. But it wasn't like, hey, I'm in bed, come sneak into the window. It was like, call me back, I need something.
Mum already knows everything.
Yeah, she does, doesn't she?
She always did. So.
What does she say?
She's not happy.
And then nothing.
Did Jessica tell you she was with Justin the night of homecoming? Justin says that isn't true. He was alone, scoring drugs and getting hot.
Everyone's lying, mate, aren't they? They're all over.
It's surprisingly easy to make an innocent person look guilty.
Can you give us anything more that might make Olivia Baker a credible suspect?
No.
So you understand that when you place a call, your phone pings the nearest tower. This is Bryce Walker's house. Your missed phone call from Mrs. Baker pinged this tower, which covers this area along the waterfront.
Why were you near the waterfront?
Well within the range of this tower is where Bryce's body was found.
That doesn't make any sense.
We need to start making it make sense. Because I imagine that the prosecutors already have.
Why doesn't it make any sense though? Do you know what I mean? I want Clay to like explain a bit more. It just annoys me. Yeah, I've got to say. It does. When people have so much information that they can help themselves with, but like they don't reveal it. Just like we've watched Pretty Little Lies Original Sin, and in that the A has done loads of things. He's killed people, he's terrorized people, and then he sent them texts like pretty much laughing, saying, "Look what I done to you, mate, and now you're in trouble." And it's like, but why did they not just take that text and say, "There you go. Clearly it wasn't me that done this. I've got a text, someone laughing at me saying that they've just set me up." Do you know what I mean? But they don't. They keep it to themselves, and it's like, why are you not telling information that can help yourself? And it's like Clay, you know, he's got loads of information probably that can get him out of it, or it could just show his like his whereabouts, and but he's don't want to do it because by doing that, then it might put somebody looking at Arnie, and it's like, yeah, but do you understand that you're possibly getting sent down for murder, or you're the main suspect? And it's like anything that you can give to show that you are not the person that killed him needs to be said. Stop withholding the info.
Right. So they belong to Clay. Look, son, we found these buried in a dresser drawer between your beds.
Oh, they got to send Alex down there.
Maybe he's holding for a friend.
Get the hell out of there! In a minute! No, not in a minute! Right goddamn now! Stop it! What did I tell you? Come here! I said in a minute! Where in the hell are you thinking, kid? Huh? One bad hit, you never walk again.
He can go in there as long as somebody don't throw punches against him. You know what I mean? He is right there though. One bad hit and he's down.
Boland's making me apologize in front of an assembly and Hillcrest is coming. I know you've only been going to those meetings to support me, and that means so much to me. Now a total failure, so.
No, you're not. Remember last summer at the Crestmont?
Oh, he's telling her.
You asked me why everything that happened at Spring Fling. And left me there in the toilet water.
Oh, he's filmed himself. Oh,
that was
that's
the worst of it. I'm really sorry about all of this. Mom and Dad, you've been great parents. You did your best.
Oh, I expected to be on a pen stick.
Goodbye.
I like how he done the recording even though it's well deep. Sad that, mate. Well sad. She ain't doing that speech now.
I'm so sorry. Kid's not you anymore. You see that, right?
Yeah, I'm getting better.
Have you told anyone else?
I told Clay. I might tell Dr. Singh. She's
pretty good at your job. I told Bryce. Well, at first I thought that he told Monty to do it.
You said that Monty did something to you and tried to blame it on me.
Really, it was nothing.
Tyler, you almost shot me. I'm trying to set some things right that I made wrong, and one of those is Monty. I have to do something.
Please don't say anything.
Because you have to go to school with him every day.
It's all I can think about. It's just replaying over and over again in my head. So he's there.
Now he knows how Jesse's going to feel if he comes back.
We have to tell the police.
No! Please don't make me tell anyone.
Okay, I get it. I get it. What if I can make it so that you're not afraid anymore?
He told Monty. Monty did something to him?
We don't know that's what happened. I'm here for you. Always.
Oh, before we go into that was good. That was good. I'm liking how everybody, yeah, has to have their own time to do this. This is why I was, mate, a strong believer when you go into last season and you watch the whole thing with the Jessica storyline. At no point did I say that somebody needs to tell her story for her or that she needs to say it. I understood definitely where she was coming from in terms of it's her story, and when she's ready, she'll want to say it. Do you know what I mean? Now, she's realised that she probably waited too long. Do you know what I mean? Like, when she's doing a little speech, she was saying that she thought that she was going to get judged, and, you know, she felt that it was going to be bad for her. But now she's said it and she's done it to give her confidence. She's no longer owned by the actions of the past. She's taking control. You know, she's in power now. And, like, for so long, Tyler's probably been in that position where he feels like he's weak, and you know what I mean, and he feels sorry for himself. And do you know what? It's nothing that he could have done about that situation. He was free of them and he was attacked. And like, when he gets the courage to come and tell people, then that's going to be good to see. Because I like how he's told Bryce, yeah, I like how he's told Clay, and I like how he's opened up to Jessica. And if he wants to come forward and he wants to save his friend in Clay, you know, because I could be idiotic, but I firmly believe that it's not Clay that's done anything to Bryce. And first of all, Clay doesn't help himself when he knows quite a bit of information. He don't release it. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I've said it multiple times, but why wouldn't you? If you have to save your own ass, then you have to save your own ass. Now, if he is going to do it, Tyler, help Clay, whilst also putting eyes on Monte, who I have in the top 2, who I think it could possibly be, then I think that's the right thing to do, and I'm going to be excited to see. But I keep saying, yeah, the more and more the story goes on, the less and less we get of Zach. And, like, if I was to, like, in this position right now, I would say my top 2 is Monty and Alex. That's who I think could possibly have done it. Now, obviously, throughout the season, I've always had the top 2 as Zach and Alex, and then as we progress through Alex's story, I kind of threw Alex in there as the 3rd. But we haven't got a lot of Zach, and we're getting a bit of Alex and his anger, and I feel like he's replacing Zach in the top 2 as possible culprits for Bryce's death.
No football today?
Oh, no, only so many practices you can stand around and watch. You don't think that he actually did it, do you?
I know in my heart he never could.
Dennis is trying to catch up with the cops, and he had me run my search history. I'll never tell anyone this. I write fan fiction. I like to kill characters sometimes.
That's not surprising at all.
Why don't you just tell them that?
Mate, fan fiction, some people write some absolutely sick stories, don't they?
What do you want?
I think I just want to understand.
You're a crazy bitch.
Yeah. And you should fear that. I worry sometimes that the louder we get, the harder it is for someone to even find their voice.
There's no way she's getting up on that stage apologising. I don't think.
The banner. Got it. Great. I forgot my towels in my car. I'll be right back, okay?
Jacob Bryce texted her.
How fucking dare you?
Maybe after the game, we could meet at the Navy Pier, where we all used to drink back when. Listen, come. Don't come. Bring someone with you if it makes you feel safer. I'd really like to give you something. Hey guys, I need to talk to Monty for a minute. Here to talk to you about Tyler and how you raped him in the bathroom.
God, dude, that was a joke.
You shoved a broom
How's
into
that a
his
joke?
asshole and made him bleed. I'm just gonna tell you this. You're gonna stay the fuck away from Tyler. If I hear that you even looked in his direction, then the cops find out about Tony's car, about the gun you gave Alex, about the time you tried to kill Clay.
That was a 16. Bryce, man, what a good season he's having. What's the in it?
We got police. So what? We're not trespassing. Hey, we're gonna get hurt. People have already been hurt. Ask your friend Bryce. Huh? Go. Help!
What the fuck, mate? Yeah, there's a fight. It was good that. First of all, gotta say, that guy, yeah, that was slagging off Bryce at Hillcrest, yeah, he's just assaulted her. Like, in the UK, in my opinion, from what I know, the guy would get arrested for... It was pretty much what Bryce done something similar to Hannah in the first season. He squeezed the bum, didn't he? Without consent, violated her. That's what that guy's just... Oh, it's worse, man. That guy's... What? Again, I say it all the time in every scene that I always have watched. Like, what is he thinking in his head? Does he think that everyone's just going to sit there and go, yeah, mate, well done, lad? No. Everyone's looking at you like, what a fucking weirdo. And, like, he deserved to get run on in a fight. They did, yeah? Jess said that they threw the first punch. They didn't throw the first punch, but they instigated the fight. Like, to me, they're the instigators of the fight. There's no way that they should be doing that to her. They just assaulted her, and they obviously got the retaliation against it. I've got to respect Jess, mate. You know, all that chaos was going on, and she was committed to the... protest. I like it. I like the paint of the handprints to show that people have been touching them and stuff, just like that guy doing it there. You know what I mean? Now, it makes you think, does the red thing that Arnie was washing in the first episode... Was that the same t-shirt as her mum was referencing earlier on at the start of this episode? You know, she said that it was paint, and mum was like, Right there, though, it did look like it was paint.
You're all free to leave once a legal guardian comes to claim you.
Before that fight was over, at least 3 different fates would be set in motion. Now, Clay says that you said you were home alone.
I went home and went to bed. Where were you that night?
Also at home in bed, though no one tucked me in. No one's alibi seemed super solid.
Yeah, none of them are solid.
I sell for you. For as long as you want. I need a favor.
And this is present day as well. Gotta be a big fucking favor, this.
Clay, if the cops see you here...
Tony, I really am sorry. I just don't have anyone else I can turn to for this. I need you to help me disappear.
Like the episode where Tyler, yeah, said that he had the gun in his house but he couldn't access it. But he'd give it them in the morning. And then we went inside of his house and he was sat on his bed and he was looking at pictures of what now is Bryce's dead body with the gun next to him, and it's like, look how weird he looks. So like, why has he got it? Why is he lying? And it was teasing us, you know what I mean, that he's potentially killed Bryce. And the next episode, at the start of it, it was released that Bryce was shot, and they're trying to put all eyes on Tyler. That is what he was trying to do. I don't think Tyler's killed Bryce, and I think that was just them trying to make us think, oh, bloody hell, mate, could have been Tyler that killed Bryce. But then you look at today's episode here, and they've tried to end it with Clay asking Tony to help him disappear, and it's making us think, well, they're trying to make us think, oh, it might be Clay. But no, again, I ain't falling for it. I think that it's what Arnie's just said there. Whoever she's speaking to, Jess and Arnie had an alibi. Clay doesn't. And because obviously we've seen in today's episode that the cell phone tower pings his first text in the location of Bryce's house, and then the second text pings his location towards like Bryce's car and like the pier or whatever's, it's not looking good for him. He doesn't have an alibi for anyone to account for his time and his place within obviously that period. That looks like Bryce has died, and it looks like the pressure's absolutely on him right now, and he thinks that the only way to do is disappear. Well, one, when you're innocent, that is not the best way to go. I understand that everybody's on your back, but again, as I've said earlier on in the episode, I reckon Clay has got information that could save his own ass, but he might point eyes to somebody else that he cares about and he doesn't want to do it, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. It's not throwing somebody under the bus, right, when you're about to get sent down for murder. Like, throwing somebody under the bus is like, say you and your mate, yeah, you go out and I don't know, you're playing football or something, and your mate kicks the ball and it smashes somebody's window. You know what I mean? And the police come round and they ask him which one of yous was it, and you know it was your mate, and you're like, it was him, he done it. That's throwing him under the bus. That is literally snitching him up. Now, in terms of this, yeah, somebody is getting killed. I mean, somebody's been killed, and they think you are the murderer. You're going to get put down, you're a prime suspect, and you could possibly get life in prison. It's not grassing anybody up to say, look, mate, it wasn't me, but I know that this person was in this location. I know this information here. Basically, you're telling the truth to make sure that your own life isn't ruined by something you didn't do. So, like, I understand where people might come from, that you're an arc in the grass. I've said it last episode. But in terms of these situations here, if you're going to get done for killing somebody, if you just tell the truth, maybe not shit stir for anybody, just tell the full-on truth and the information you know. Yeah, I did get a phone call. It was Olivia. She did say she wanted to kill him. I did say I wanted to kill Bryce as well. He pissed me off, and I did say it. I've heard Annie say it as well, you know, they was in a relationship, and to be honest, you know, we've been covering for Tyler, because last spring thing, he was raped, and he wanted to take it out on Monte, and he got some guns, and he was going to turn up, and we stopped him, and look at him, he's on the straight and narrow now. Like, I understand it's going to deter eyes on everybody, but the fact is, you ain't lying, you're not grassing a single person up, you're not trying to point them in one direction, you're just trying to tell them the fact is that it ain't you. And I just think that, you know, running away obviously isn't the best thing to do. It's not going to happen anyway, and it'll just make it worse. Okay, and that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Has this episode changed your opinion on who possibly is the killer of Bryce Walker? Now, to me, as in, I know they're trying to pin it on Clay, still think it's Monte's my main suspect. Now, the second one has dropped from Zach, and now it's Alex. They've always been in my top three then, but the rotation in the order has changed. I don't think Zach's been in it enough for him to be a potential person of interest, even though, you know, I don't know. I was just a bit sus the way he said that he didn't do anything to his leg, and then obviously he did do something. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously Alex with the taking the drugs, which actually the police questioned Justin about in today's episode. He said that, you know, the sheriff was like, well, if it's not yours, it's Clay's. And he said, well, maybe it's not none of ours. Maybe we're holding it for a friend. Well, what friend? He never said. But, you know, he was telling the truth, actually. He was holding it for a friend. Oh, well, he got it out of the trash, didn't he, after Alex threw it away. Now, again, very interesting Bryce episode, to be honest. Like, isn't it weird, to be fair? Like, it is very weird. Like, I feel weird saying it, but, like, I've enjoyed this season massively. And if I was to pick a favourite character this season, and I know we're on episode 11, but I would pick Bryce as my favourite character for this season. I don't know, like, I just like his stuff. I just think the storyline around him's been really good, and like, I just enjoy all of the stuff that he's involved in. Now, in the past, he's been in it, but like, I've not enjoyed the stuff that he's been involved in, because he's been involved in rape scenes, and he's been involved in ruining people's lives, and he's been the subject of like being a rich person and showing that if you flash your cash and you show that your family are in a position of power, you can stamp on the people that are below you. For example, he clearly done the assault on Hannah and Jess, but because his dad and his mum have got money, and like, he's so stuck up and arrogant, like, and it shows that they can squash the little people. And I hated all of that side of the Bryce storyline and everything that he done, and like what he represented in the first two seasons. I very much disliked it. And like, even I would go as far, like, I say, oh, he's my worst character, but he wasn't even my second worst. Monte has always been my worst. I've never seen him in one scene that I like. Literally, I literally hate every single scene that he's in. He's so annoying. And like I said, though, for the first two seasons, disliked everything about Bryce and what he stood for. This season, it's totally full circled. He hasn't done anything to hurt anybody. He's done things to me, like, to try and help people. And like, if you look, he is the only one that's like tried to help people this season. Whether you like him or not, you have to think that his actions have been in a helpful manner, so to speak. I love the fact how he come in to his best friend, yeah, Monte, and he stood up in front of him and he's like, you better leave Tyler alone. Literally, I'm going to be doing weekly check-ins. If he ain't telling me that he's not all right, yeah, I'm going to be coming after you. I'm going to tell him that you tried to kill Clay. I'm going to tell them that you smashed up Tony's car. I'm going to tell the police that you've raped Tyler. He tried to flip it. Oh, yeah, you're trying to tell me about rape when you've raped all these people. Nah, mate, you know. He isn't the type of person that he can be justified in anything that he done. And, like, what he says on rape doesn't mean that, you know, it's right. But what it is right is you've raped someone and he's raped someone. But it's two different things. Both of yous, both should be punished for the shit that you've done. And the fact is, he knows now like I said last episode, I don't know in his head when he was doing those actions he believed that it was wrong until it's been spilled out in front of him, and like he's seen it and he's heard it and he's felt the suffering of everyone and he's realised what he'd done was wrong. Now that doesn't justify anything, but now he's in a position to go after everybody else that's hurt people, and I love the fact that he stood up for Tyler. I actually do, like, against somebody that's supposedly being his best friend as well. So I've enjoyed Bryce this season. I've enjoyed Jessica as well, to be honest. I think she's had a really interesting one. The fact that, you know, she stood up here and she went out, and they was the reason why the fight started, but it wasn't at the same time. They was protesting. If she's going to protest, that's how you protest there. They went in, it was just a football match, and they just went in and they protest, eyes on them. Protesting at Bryce's funeral, I thought was disrespectful. Here, it's not disrespectful. Time and a place to protest, I would say that was a totally fine one. They've gone in, they've all took the clothes off, all in their underwear, they've got paint splattered all over them, hand marks, and like to say that how they was violated, and it even proves that like the case what they're trying to say, because one of the guys from Hillcrest come over and he grabbed her by the chest, didn't he? And then that is why obviously everybody started kicking off. So I think that she's had a great season as well, Jessica. Not as impactful as she was last season. She was like top last season, probably the best character, had a great storyline. Like I said, this season Bryce has had a great storyline as well, last season actually as well. Tyler had a really good one. Toss and turn between them two. Really enjoyed it. This one, Bryce has been really decent, but as well, I've liked the who's done it, guessing all the way through it. I think recently, maybe the last 3 or 4 episodes, the storyline between Jess and Justin have ramped up, picked up massively, and I'm really enjoying everything that's going on there. What's Justin making a deal with Seth for? Literally, like, I would deal for you for as long as you want me to, as long as you do me a favour. What deal's he cutting in the present as well? I've not been confused earlier on in the season about the timelines, whether it's present or past, but that was very much the present, and I don't know what he's cutting the deal with, but I'm excited again to find out. Very interesting episode. Did enjoy it. 2 more left. Can't wait to find out the reveal. Thanks for checking out today's video. If you did like it, please smash the like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.